Over the course of the 45 years that I've been in the information security business, one of the things that struck me, once we got into the network environment, the game changed. The game changed significantly. It was no longer good enough from a security standpoint to develop and deploy high-grade cryptography to solve our security problems. We had to become much more agile in looking at the entire panoply of technologies. And in particular, the last 10 or 12 years, I've had the opportunity to be in senior positions where, among other things, I was asked to take a look at evolving technology and see how it might be applied in the security fabric of network technology. I probably found a half a dozen or so companies that were evolving technologies that had truly game-changing potential. And there aren't many of those. Anybody can build a firewall. Anybody can build an IDS system. And so the companies that would come at me with something truly unique were the ones that I was most impressed with. And when I first saw Virtuous, it took me a little while to understand what they were doing, quite honestly. But as we dug deeper into it, and I saw the demonstration, and I understood at its core what the endpoint security functionality that Virtuous had the potential to create, I was truly struck by the nature of what had been evolved. The Department of Defense last year had calculated 1 billion attempts to get in. Think about that, 1 billion. Well, you know, it's a big number, and not many of them get in. Some number of those billion attempts did get in. Well, if the endpoints are configured in such a way that everything that is active gets deployed to a virtual machine, then I can prevent that thing from spreading. The Virtuous technology has that potential. We've looked at it pretty carefully. I've had some of my most senior technical people take a look at it, and everyone agrees that this technology has the potential to change the nature of the game. So where I see its greatest application is in the laptop and desktop environment, any mobile devices. In terms of what the market is, it's to me an unlimited market. And when you think in terms of the administration's cyber initiatives, what they're attempting to get launched, the marketplace is somewhat infinite, both nationally and internationally. Certain of the infrastructure, particularly the financial management and banking infrastructure, credit card infrastructure, they've all suffered enormous losses as a result of cyber incidents. You know, I think the president's view that this is a $1 trillion failure doesn't just represent a failure for the United States, it represents a global failure. The number may be low, because the $1 trillion is based on what's reported. An awful lot of non-reporting occurs.